scared.
Smash that like button. Woo!
Like and subscribe.
Gotta say goodbye to the cows. It was a wet night. We had about 9 millimeters of rain. This is where we go. 2 minutes out, we need to put waterproofs on. It's the same for both of us. This is what we're heading into. Bit of a road walk to start with, going into the bad weather. I'm not sure we're heading directly over those hills, but we're probably heading for that gap. Somewhere in there. Off the main road and then into a forested area. You don't get as many signs for the alternates, but when you do get a sign, you feel good about it. I think my eyes are deceiving me. It's not an AT sign. Not a arrears, but a house on stilts. Almost back to the main route. So about 50% road walk, 50% through a forest. So that's quite easy. Coming over this quite large river. Slow moving at the moment, but quite large. The smaller region of Muxia. That is a beautiful arrears. Stone. Just where are we heading? I'm scared. Down into the little village. But if you look beyond, the wind turbine is becalmed. So we have the cemetery, but also a lot of expired arrears. This is a village of arrears. Wow. Yeah. Beautiful wall coming out of this village. I wonder how old it is, or whether it's a fairly new construction. They take us down by the river. Not as tough as the other day. We're back to our more normal signs. And this one says 34.8 kilometers to go. It's brightened up a bit, but it's got very hot all of a sudden. And the wind turbines are starting to move. Just depends where you are in these valleys as to whether your wind turbines are going round or not. It's so steamy. One instance I got my shadow, and then over there it's steamy. Good morning, day 35. So that'll be 5 weeks. 5 weeks, 35 consecutive days of walking, although a couple of them were really just half days. Yesterday, that was a hot day. A couple of times I opened AccuWeather in some villages and it reset itself and it was like 98 degrees, 99 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're pretty close to 100 Fahrenheit. I was yeah, drinking a lot. We've each got through 2-3 litres of water. And we ended up in a lovely sort of hotel. We needed the privacy of your own room when you've done something like that. So it was a 30k day, 31k day in pretty hot weather. So yeah. And then today we've got a beautiful walk so far, but going through these granite valleys, 24k, something like that, into a place called CEE, and that will leave us a very simple day tomorrow, just to wander into Finisterre and spend the day sightseeing. So yeah, it's been good. Not much wildlife, an awful lot of dairy farming, but let's see where the rest of the day takes us. We've got a well-engineered bridge coming up. Okay, they must get a lot of water. Come off the bridge and you get this paved area. This seems to me like this could have been quite marshy. And then we go up out of the river valley to go up over the ledge. That is a big boulder in the middle of nowhere. And how come it's rounded? Coming into a tiny, tiny, tiny village. Stop at their albergue. They have a beautiful arrears on the edge of the village. They spend a lot of money on this path, so they build in pretty strong infrastructure to take the water away rather than going down the path. The first vendor we've seen on this section, although there is no vendor, and they just ask you to leave €3 if you take anything. Ooh, 2 people suddenly appear. Wow, haven't seen too many today, which is great. And that tells you that the Santiago to Finisterre or Santiago to Muxia walks are much quieter walks. Serious paving out front. Wow. Clearly we're on the old road, coming up to a marker, which is probably the 30k marker. The fact that everybody stopped at it. So, another one of the vendors for sale. And this one is 29.958, less than 30 kilometers to go.
Camino.
Camino. Gracias. So, this is the one where you have a split between going to Finisterre or going to Muxia. So that was just making sure you're going to Finisterre, not Muxia, and then a bit more road walking. So the road takes you past a carbide factory, which I've looked it up, it's used in acetylene. There's all these accidents that happen all over the world. Bhopal. Interesting. And here's our sign. Yellow arrow. A winding Camino path into the distance. But this path, there's nobody on it. The sun's come out a bit. The wind's picked up. And we're generating electricity. I'm not sure what this vendor does if it gets too windy or rains too much. AT vibes, walking over lumps of granite. I do feel, when you can't see anything beyond, that the sea must be over the top of those. You just got to wonder, how big is the bird that sits on that? It's a good job I'm not coming through here in the dark. A local legend. Turn left into the wind. Just as we come down into the sort of river valley to get us to the town, we come across this little church. And behind the church are some cows. Yep, this is real drainage. Big hole and out it goes. Now he's working hard to get up the hill. So although you don't think it's steep, he thinks it is. It's windy. I think they cleared out this bit of trees. But it's still mighty windy as we've got closer to the coast. Here we go. Under 20 kilometres. And they're saying to these poor cyclists, use your brakes. I can see the sea. Rocks, crashing waves. Oh. I can see the sea, and I can see the town of Sea. Oh yes. And two long distance cyclists from Switzerland. Pretty landlocked. But there is the pronoun in front of the noun. We looked at a leaf and it said Australian blackwood. That grows really close together. Very tall. Coming in to the Pilgrim Cross. So we slipped away from the main route and came down to the Marina Road because that gives you a much closer view to the harbour and everything that's going on and the old infrastructure. Although this is current infrastructure. It's a windy day today. No one on the beach. Millions of fish. So, in the middle of their big public art and open area, they have this horos. Arrears. We have this canal all the way. If you look closely, you'll see fish all the way. Midweek. One night, we have a spare bedroom, we have a huge bathroom, we have the master bedroom with a telly, we have an eating area, we have a huge kitchen with a washing machine which we've made use of, and we have a living area with a telly. So, oh, and if you look far enough, we can see the sea. All for under 50 euros.
Smash that like button. Woo!
Like and subscribe.